Yes, hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just grabbing a quick cup of joe in between my AMAs. We just had back to backs, so I'm ready here. And if it's okay, can I do a video AMA?
Yeah, of
Would
course.
that be all right
Yeah,
with you guys?
yeah, it's
Awesome.
amazing.
Cool. Cool. Okay, let me just turn this on here. Hi,
Hey,
everyone.
look at that face. How
Hey.
you going? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Good to be seen.
Yeah, well, welcome to Pinksale. Thank you very much for hosting this AMA. I like the good vibes uh, uh, thing behind you, the whatever
Thank
light it
you.
is.
It's actually it's a fluorescent neon sign, but you can't really read it. Can you guys read it through the video or no? It's
It's a
better
little bit hard, but I can say it. Yeah, yeah.
I think I liked it better unplugged so you could see that it said good vibes. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome.
Sifu Inu, we're
Um,
all about good vibes. Good vibes. We're the good vibes rewards token.
I like it. All right. Well, welcome, DeFi Damsel to Sifu Inu AMA, everybody. I'm Shono, if you don't know me already. Um, yeah, let's get chatting. I can see your pre-sale has started now. For anybody who is wanting to look up this pre-sale, it is on the AVAX chain. So you can just switch that on pinksale.finance and see for yourself. It started just under 5 minutes ago, and it's currently raised 125 AVAX at the moment. So I guess, yeah, if you'd like to just introduce yourself and your team, that would be awesome to get to know you a bit more.
Sure. Hi, I'm DeFi Damsel. My real name is Laura Dennison. I am doxxed, and I have a team of four. But Sifu Inu is my baby, and I'm the founder of Sifu Inu. And so I'm going to be the only one that's going to be talking about it today. But I have a wonderful team. Scott Hollows, who comes to us as a senior principal from Oracle, a software developer for many years, a veteran, and brings to us just some wonderful innovations, ideas that I'm going to share with you soon. And Alex Barini, who is our cybersecurity and IT department, keeps all of the bots and the bad actors away. And Emil Figueroa, who's helping us with and me with the marketing. But that's the four of us. So a little bit about me and my background is I was an accountant. I am happily no longer working. I worked for Toyota Motor Sales for 10 years. I managed a $12 billion treasury for Toyota Motor Sales. So it's not a dealership, or obviously no dealership has $12 billion, but for the motor sales department, which is, and at the time, Toyota was the fifth biggest company in the world, and the marketing was huge. So I learned a lot about marketing. Even though I was in the accounting department, I learned a lot about the marketing and how to deploy those strategies. And I'm bringing them and carrying them over into Sifu Inu. And yeah, so with my background, I have like an amazing like experience and just knowledge to bring over into a project such as Sifu Inu. And what sparked me to do Sifu Inu is I got into DeFi like a year ago, and I got into it on the Binance Smart Chain, and I got burned. I got the first project I bought into, I actually bought, and it was only $5, but I bought $5 worth of the wrong token. I got fooled by the question mark on the Binance Smart Chain, and I got the wrong contract address, and I sent it off to somebody who was just scamming. And that was my first sort of like bad experience. And then I got involved in another project, and I invested pretty heavily in this project. Like, I really believed in the team, and I believed what they were saying, and they were saying that they were bringing in Snoop Dogg and all of that, when they were just really doing a slow rug pull like over time, and then eventually like the liquidity was just gone, and it was just a pump and dump, and I just had bad experience with it. And so, and then my most recent bad experience was actually with a DAOs. And when I say the word DAO, I don't mean decentralized autonomous organization. It's like a community voting that most governments use and that kind of thing. I'm talking about the slang DAO, which is high APY DeFi projects that basically are hyperinflationary and go to zero like really quickly, and you just pretty much just lose all your money because it turns into nothing because it inflates, crazily. So I had lost a considerable amount of money on the DAO projects, and then I just like sat back one day and I was like, what can I do to fix this? With my background, I have an amazing like background. I'm like, it's kind of like a supply and demand issue. It's like, okay, there's too much supply. Like, how do you fix it? Oh, okay, so you decrease demand. So, okay, so how do we do that? And so I got on the phone with a very dear friend of mine, and him and I like hash back. We're like, how could we have fixed this? How could we have prevented this? And we sort of came up with a number of different ways of how we could like prevent this from happening again. So we got off the phone call. It was a very long phone call. And we hashed it all out, lots of backs and forths, and really figuring it out. And then that night, I was watching. I usually just Netflix and chill or whatever, but that night I happened to turn on just regular TV. And I was like, and what came on was the game show Deal or No Deal. And after I had floated this idea around all day, I'm like, what can we do? What's going on? And I'm like, you know what? It was right at the part when the guy's like making the deal on the phone too, and like the suitcase has just been revealed, and he's like, like making the deal, and I'm like, that's it. That's totally it. Like, we could use this for our project to, on a daily basis, open up one suitcase and reveal one suitcase every single day to keep volume, to promote it, and then maybe some suitcases get earned and some suitcases get burned, and then that could like promote volume, and like just the idea just like unfolded after that, and it just sort of like snowballed into what we now know as Sifu Inu. And so it's a very, very, very fun project with like game theory tokenomics behind it, where every day it's like unknown. It's an unknown earn or an unknown burn day for 1,000 days. So I was lucky enough to meet Scott, our developer, and bring him on board. And he asked me one day, he's like, well, what's your pain points? What's your pain points, DD? And I was like, my biggest pain point is how are we going to do this earn or burn days without getting accused of manipulation? And I was like, well, okay, what can we do? What can we do about it? And he reached out to like as large groups of software developers, and they all came back with, there's really nothing you can do. If you develop a program that chooses the earns and burns ahead of time, it's manipulation. So the only real way to do it is to actually like go live from a third party, where it's similar to like a lottery or a bingo, and then the numbers are drawn live and recorded live. A truly randomized number is drawn live. And he was like, yeah, okay, so that's really the only way. So he told me that, and then he goes, well, guess what? I came up with a really, really cool way to pick the randomized number. And I was like, yeah, okay, let me see it. Anyway, I'm going to show it to you guys here in a minute. But yeah, he was like, I found an animated version of the blockchain that totally will pick a randomized transaction hash number that's generated when a block gets released. So I'm going to share it with you now, if that's okay. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I'm going to share it with you now. So be patient with me. I just learned how to share all my screens and everything on Telegram yesterday. So I'm not an expert, but I think I've got it. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So let me just refresh. And oh, you guys saw the preview already, but it's a transaction street is the name of the visualizer we're going to use, and it's really fun because each transaction that happens on the blockchain, and we're using the Ethereum blockchain. There's also Bitcoin, but Bitcoin takes forever. I mean, like if we change over to Bitcoin, it's like 9 minutes ago. We'd be sitting here live on YouTube every day waiting for like a block to get released. So we can't do that. And look, they represent the blocks as buses. So look, there's the Cartmans and the Butters and the Kennys and all the different South Park figures represented by
cool.
Isn't that fun, right? So
yeah,
okay, so
cool.
so we did we're going to use Ethereum because they happen pretty much regularly every 15 seconds. So we're going to come in here and we're going to choose one of the buses randomly that hasn't been buses/blocks that has not been released yet. So let's do this one. And then it's going to generate a random hashtag. And then we're going to use that number and exclude any letters, the last 3 digits, and that will determine what earn or burn row number that we're going to use on our Google document or our Excel spreadsheet, which I will show you in a minute. Okay, now it seems like it should have been 12 seconds, so I might have to refresh. Let's see. Hold on a sec. It's not working. Oh, there we go. Oh, shoot.
All right, cool.
I missed
That's
it.
right. No,
Okay.
That's right.
Like, you know what? Let's do it again. That was a test drive. I just want to show you guys because it's so fun. It's so exciting. So, because I want to show you then how we're going to do it on the. Let's do another one. Okay. So, or if I didn't write the block number down, I was going to say we could just use that. But maybe I can show the list. Let's see. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to get this better for the live show too.
I think there was a time lag of probably double.
Is that what's going on? Oh, there we go. I just had to click on it. Okay, there we go. Now, well, you know what? This is good. This is training me for the live sessions. Okay, so look. So we're picked number 3. That's really easy. So it's 003. If you guys can all see that here, it's the last 3 numbers and exclude the E. So 003. But it's a truly randomized number that was picked before we did anything. It happened when the block gets released. So that's super fun. And then, all right, then we're going to go and we're going to come over to our handy dandy Excel spreadsheet. Let me stop
as always.
sharing. Yes, because I'm an accountant and
Nerd.
I have to admit I'm an Excel expert, right? And that's my jam. So I had to do that. Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to share this with you guys. And nope, that's not what I wanted to share. I want to share this. Let's see, can I get back to it? Here we go. Oh. One more second, you guys. Here we go. And Excel. There we go. You guys should be seeing my Excel. Can you see it?
Got it.
Okay, cool. So, and I know not that people are from all over the world, but in America, we just had our Super Bowl, and the Los Angeles Rams, the colors blue and gold, just won. So I was inspired by my team who won the Super Bowl, and we're going to transfer that over to Sifu Inu to create the colors here for the earns or burns. And there are 400 earns and 600 earns and 400 burns, because we thought you guys might want a little bit more earns than burns. So then they're randomized. Everything's randomized with Sifu Inu to to sort of create interest and volume for many reasons, right? So the earns or burns are randomized in through here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our number. Oh, well, I don't even have to search for it. And we see that it's number 3 right here. Yay! And today is an earn day. So I just used a number of 10 million here just for an example. The numbers are TBD, what's going to be in the wallet. And the wallet numbers are going to change based on the volume and based on actually many factors. I'll talk about it in a minute. I'll get into more detail about it. But for this example, I just used the 10 million as an example. But after the pre-launch, the wallet numbers will be determined. But it's an earn day, and so the earn, if this were an actual number, 10 million Sifus would be airdropped to all of the people holding Sifu based on the percentage of the amount that they hold. So, and then once an earn or burn day is chosen, we're going to come here and we're going to do a strike through, and it's going to strike through all the numbers. Now, let's say we're going to do it like The Price is Right too. So I don't know if you guys watch The Price is Right, but you can go up to the amount without going over. So if a number's chosen and it's already been chosen before, like if we get number 3 again, what we're going to do is we're going to go to number 2. If number 2's been chosen, we'll go to number 1. If both of these have been chosen, we're going to wrap back around and start at the bottom again from 1,000 until we're done. But basically, that's how the earns and burns are going to work on a daily basis. Drawn live, totally randomized, and going to like bring a lot of interest in from the community that way. I feel because it brings the excitement factor into it. So yeah. So that's the earns or burns. If I can, maybe I'll talk a little bit about the tokenomics, and then we'll open it up for questions, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah,
let's
sure,
see.
go for it.
Okay, cool. So the tokenomics are interesting because there's going to be frequent airdrops. That's like the fun and the excitement about it. And I am going in managing a $12 billion treasury, you have to be in there every day. You have to be an active part of it. And I got asked this question in the last AMA that I did, where like, how are you going to plan to keep the interest going? And that's built in with these 1,000 earns and burns. Like every single day is a different thing. Like people are going to stay tuned. It's going to be like Survivor. How long is Survivor going on? It's like 20 years. People want to see like who won. Is it an earn day or is it a burn day? Like how much do I win? And you're going to want to be in the game, because if you're not holding Sifu, if you do not have a bag of Sifu Inu, you don't get paid. You don't get the airdrop. So there's 2 ways to earn. One will be through the Sifu Inu earn airdrops that I just talked about. And then the other way will be an AVAX, a weekly profit sharing AVAX airdrop that will get airdropped to everybody on a randomized basis. So if you want to take profits, fine, take your profits, but you know what? You better buy back in, and there's a strategy to it too. You want to buy back in maybe when like an earn has happened and maybe the price does dip a little bit. So you're going to want to buy back in at a dip, because if you're not in it when that weekly snapshot happens, then you're going to miss the weekly AVAX airdrop. So what's going to happen is there's a 10% buy tax and a 10% sell tax, and 7% of the buy and 7% of the 12 of the sell is an AVAX airdrop that's equals 70% of the total taxes paid are going to be airdropped to everybody once weekly before midnight on every Saturday at Pacific Standard Time. We're doing everything from my time zone just because I can't convert it. It's like I got other things to focus on. So I just made it easy for me. It's noon during the days on the earns and burns, at midnight on Saturdays for the weekly airdrops. But every week before midnight at 12 p.m., there will be a snapshot taken. And if you're not in it, you're not going to get the snapshot. So you have to be in it. And the more you hold, up to 1% of the, we have an anti-whale measure built into it too, where you can't hold 1% more than the circulating supply. If you buy 1% or more, you will automatically be ineligible, permanently banned, and blacklisted from ever receiving any airdrops or anything again. And that's to keep it for us, for the people. You know, this is not for, you know, billionaires. This is not a project for them. You know, they can go, you know, be somewhere else. So we have that capability, and we built that in just to protect everybody from the anti-whale measures. But if you buy in and you are holding a bag up to 1% before the snapshot is taken, you will get up to 70, you will get part of the 70% of the taxes that have been collected during that week in AVAX. And what's really cool about it is because of the daily earns and burns, there's going to be a lot of volume. And whenever there's volume, that creates more money. So that creates more AVAX that's going to be airdropped for you guys. So I baked that sort of in there. So you're going to want to be in it. You're going to want to have a bag of Sifu for that AVAX airdrop, because especially if there's a big earn or a burn wallet that gets revealed, it's going to be like super like volume. And a lot of people don't talk about volume enough, in my opinion. And volume is so important. I have a really dear friend of mine who was a day trader on the stock exchange for many years, and he always talks to me as like, did you see the volume on this stock today, or did you see Carnival? It had like such and such volume. And people underestimate the importance of volume, but especially with a project like ours, the volume is so huge because you're getting it back in profits, and you're getting it back in rewards, right? And so 14% of that, you know, is going to come back to you. And if there's a lot of volume and there's a lot of activity going on, it's going to be great for everybody. So that's 14%. So then 2%, 1% of a buy and 1% of a sell is actually, which equals 20% of the total taxes. I mean, yes, 20% of the total taxes is buybacks and burns. So there's automatically a buyback and burn portion of it that's baked right into it. And I did this because I wanted the token to be hyper deflationary because of the problem with the DAOs and all of these other projects that just create a project and they have like an inflationary token. Oh, here's a rewards token. You get paid like 50 million%, you know, for putting in $1, you know, for 10 minutes. You know, they just don't work. Obviously, you know, yeah, they might be good for like 10 minutes, but that's not what Sifu Inu is about. Sifu Inu is about, and that's why I created 1,000 days wallet. That's 3 years right there. We got 3 years solid. Like 3 years, this project is sustainable. You know, it's already baked into the tokenomics about it. But so the 2% of the buybacks and burns are going to be very important in making it a hyperdeflationary. So there's two aspects that make it to hyperdeflationary. One is the buybacks and burns, and the buybacks and burns, if there's a big volume, will be really great. But if there is a lower volume, the wallets will need to be adjusted, because the second aspect of it is that the burn days. So if the burns turn out to not be good, and everybody thinks of burn, they're like, oh, you know, we're not getting an airdrop and that kind of thing or whatever. But to be honest with you, burns are really good. Like, burns are awesome. I have a little animation video that I'm going to throw out there when we go live with our first earns and burns, and the animator that I worked with actually the first time had like it's a game show kind of music playing in the background, and then it turned out to be a burn day, and he had the crowd sighing, going, "Aw!" And I'm like, no, you have to have the crowd hurraying on an earn day and a burn day, and use the same music for both, because burn days are actually really, really awesome. And if it's a big enough wallet that gets burned, I mean, I can't, because of SEC regulations, say that the price is going to go up, but there's a good chance that the price could go up, you know, if it's a really good like burn amount where it's taken out of supply, right? You know, so then, and then everybody's going to be like, yeah, let's take some profits. And then they're going to take some profits. They're going to want to take some profits because, you know, it's good to take profits. We all got to take profits, right? But then it's like, oh, but I'm not in it. I sold. I took my profits, but I don't have a big enough bag for the airdrop, or I have no bag now. So you got to buy back in to make sure you get the AVAX airdrop for when this weekly snapshot is taken. So I have all of that baked in. So anyway, but that's the deflationary aspect of it, is both the daily burns, and then the buyback burns, which is 2%. And if it's not enough, it will be adjusted. This project will be managed on a daily basis. It needs to be. And so many projects today are just, just the launch, pump and dump, and then they're forgotten about. And I got asked that question in the last AMA, like, what are you going to do to sustain it long term? And I just mentioned it, but like, we are going to be able to sustain it because it's 1,000 days right there. We've got the tokenomics built in, and if we need, a high APY promotional event, we're going to do it. Whatever we need. At Sifu Inu, there's no best, only better. And it's continuous improvement. We're always going to be getting better. If there's a problem, we're going to fix it. The development and the code and everything that I've baked into this project, it has the ability to do and correct anything that we want. If people start like, spamming it, if people start like flooding it, I have the ability to shut it off. I have the ability to shut off and block bad actors. If someone comes in and buys up 100% of the supply or something like that, I have the ability to switch them off and grab their liquidity and hold on to it. I feel like I've thought of everything. I've worked really hard on this project, you guys. Like I don't sleep much. So yeah, and okay. So then the last 4% is 2% is going to go for marketing, which I said with my background being in Toyota Motor sales, I was very fortunate to be around when Toyota was the 5th biggest company in the entire world, and they included all our accounting department on a lot of the promotions and things that worked for Toyota. And so I have that sort of in my handbag as well, which is really, really nice. And I plan on breaking it out and spending a small fortune, if not a large fortune, on marketing to make sure the word gets out, because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, but I feel like that once you truly understand Sifu Inu and the project behind it, and know that there is a utility coming for it in the future. Just a side note right there. TBD, stay tuned. But with everything that we have baked in right now, just from the beginning, I feel like once the word gets out, that people are going to want to be a part of it. People are going to want to be enjoined. We already have such a large engagement in our community. I reached out to a consultant developer the other day just to have him take a look at our project. Oh, and by the way, our project is audited and KYC on Pinksale. You can see our little badges there. We show them proudly. But I reached out to a partner of yours, and I had him take a look at my project with me, and he looked at how many wallet holders we had already, and he goes, "You have that many wallet holders already?" He's like, "That's impressive." And it just made my heart smile, because I was like, oh, that's really great. That's really great to hear that. So I feel like that once the community really finds out about it and really learns about Sifu Inu, they're going to want to be a part of it once they really understand it. So, and so far I haven't been wrong. So yeah, we're really excited. We're really happy to be having this fair launch now, because it gives everybody a chance to participate. And we don't know what's going to happen with the price. Could the price go up? Could the price go, maybe lower? You never know. You never know. I have a predicted price, and I will get this on video, that based on similar projects with similar marketing plans in place, the price ended up after the Pinksale of being 0.0007. So based on the amount of tokens I supplied, which was I think 255 million, we're projecting with projects who have had similar sizes to be at a price of 0.30 and a 7. But TBD, we don't know yet, right? The pre-sale is live for 24 hours, and then we plan to launch after we take a look at the numbers, and we plan to launch after that. Oh, and the last 2%, I didn't mention it. It's of the tokenomics. It's for the team, because we've worked really hard, and I have an awesome team behind me, and we all need to be rewarded for all of our hard work. So, which I'm sure 100%. You guys could all appreciate.
I'm a big advocate of of team tokenomics. So it doesn't have to be huge, but I'm just a big fan of making sure that people get paid. I don't like to see anybody working for free. I run my own little community, and I'll never have somebody as a moderator if I can't pay them. I need to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with you guys doing that. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, and you know what? And the ones that aren't are lying. And we're open kimono here at Sifu Inu. You like ask me anything. I mean, this is my jam. Ask me anything. Like I have nothing to hide because I had gotten so burned by liars and cheats and thieves in this DeFi space that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna dox. I'm gonna put myself out there. You know, look at me on Facebook, all my craziness over the past 14 years. I've been on there for forever. Like I just don't have anything to hide from anybody. So I don't want. I wanted to do this, and I wanted to create a fun, creative, amazing project that's going to have future utility, that like you know, and sustainable, long-term, and deflationary. But I wanted to do something that was like an honest token too, like, you know, that just wasn't some liar that's going to come in here and some like cheat, you know, it's going to come in here and tell me that they're being transparent, and then you find out that they've got, you know, a computer crook who's stolen billions of dollars from people, you know, working for them, and that's just not who we are. And so you know, that was another inspiration for this project, and I think it's important too, and I think it's going to be a really big part of our success is because of our transparency and our open kimono policy.
100%. I think you know, I've just been watching your pre-sale in the background, and you've jumped up about 45 AVAX since we started. So it seems that people are definitely loving
wonderful.
you. So that's really nice. You're vibing with the community, which is great.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. That's awesome. It's wonderful to hear. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. No, that's fine. I had one question for you, and then maybe we can open up to the community. I understand that you got burnt on BSC previously, and I think everybody's been burnt on BSC. But my question is, why did you head down the AVAX route? Is it because it's something fresh and new, and you know, I don't know. Yeah, I'll let you go for it.
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and I get asked it all the time. I've been asked it already 3 times today. But one of the main reasons is well, yes, the scamming thing on Binance Smart Chain, but one of the main reasons is in America, it's very difficult to buy BEP20 tokens. The learning curve is horrendous, actually. You cannot buy it on Coinbase, and the only way to on-ramp fiat from in the United States is basically to Coinbase and or crypto.com, and Binance.us is total garbage, and you can't do it. And then they give you an ERC20 token. They don't even give you a BEP20 token. Then you got to move it around and then swap it twice before it turns into a BEP20 token. It's so confusing and it's so hard. And a large target of our market, target market is in America. And so one of the main reasons is that it's so easy for just to jump on Coinbase right now, set up a MetaMask, jump on Coinbase and just send it right over. And then you can just buy Sifu Inu with AVAX because it's so easy. But I will mention to the rest of the community, because it's a great question, and I know the rest of the world, it's very easy for you to jump on Binance, but here we cannot jump on Binance. We cannot just, you know, go on. You have to use VPNs, and I actually got caught with a VPN, and I had like $50,000 on Binance, and it was like a huge nightmare. I had a Shawshank. I don't know if you've seen Shawshank Redemption, but they take little pebbles out of the jail and then break out or whatever. They literally only let me take the crumbs out and close my account. I'd have to reopen it, message them. I mean, it was a huge nightmare. But so it's very, very difficult to do BEP20 tokens from the United States, especially if you're not very versed in DeFi. And I really wanted to have it easy for people in the community to join on, so we could bring new people into the DeFi space, because everybody's got Coinbase now. I mean, everybody's got PayPal. PayPal has, Bitcoin. Cash App has Bitcoin. Everything has Bitcoin in the world, right? But getting people in the DeFi space is a little bit harder, and I really wanted to open it up to new communities. There is a second reason why I chose Avalanche, and it's because our target audience is a huge the rebasing DAOs that I spoke about earlier. But the rebasing DAOs, a lot of them were on Avalanche, and so there's already a large target audience on the Avalanche space. And so we wanted to sort of include them, and as well as breed security and that kind of thing. And actually, Binance Smart Chain, from an airdrop standpoint, this is going to be good for all of you guys too, because Binance Smart Chain is 15 cents per transaction for an airdrop. Do you know how much that's going to be once we go to the moon? It's going to be like $1 million an airdrop, and we're doing them like every other day kind of thing, and twice on Sundays. It's going to be very expensive. So the Avalanche Smart Chain is really super fast, and it's also more affordable for the airdrops. So it's a fraction of a pennies. So that's another thing. We're going to do some educational videos on how to get people over there too. I'm talking to some whiteboard artists that are going to graph out how to move over from the Binance Smart Chain to Avalanche. But briefly, if I may, I can just say that it's really 2 steps. It's one, going to chainlist.org, and maybe some of you guys that are helping me out on my YouTubes and stuff, you can put that in the chat, or feel free to comment if you guys need help for these links. But the chainlist.org. Okay, if you guys have a MetaMask, which I'm assuming most of you do, you just go to chainlist.org and you type in Avalanche, and then you connect wallet, and then you say there's a test and a mainnet, and you just say mainnet, and you clicked add to MetaMask, and then boom, you press confirm, and then you have the Avalanche added. But now, to move money over, there is a wonderful program. It's very easy, and it's 3 steps. It's called ELK, like the animal elk finance. And you go in and you swap Binance Smart Chain or your EP20 tokens, you swap it for ELK, and then you go into the ELK converter and you convert the ELK, and you can even get gas there. There's a little button that will, if you have no AVAX at all, this is for 0 AVAX, you check a button that'll give you gas money when you get there. You check the button, and then you send it over to the AVAX Smart Chain, and it's there. It's instant. Well, it's sometimes faster than others, the blockchain. but it goes right over there, and it's really easy, and it's not expensive, and it's worth it once you get there. So it's Chainlist and Elk Finance, and there's tons of videos. I've made some videos, DeFi Damsel, they're on my YouTube on how to do it, and I'm going to get a whiteboard guy because I just think it'd be better just to sort of like lay it all out there for everybody. But yeah, it's not that bad. It's not, if you guys are in DeFi, you guys should be able to do this, so no problem.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Yeah, awesome getting to know you and hearing about your project. I think let's get some questions from the audience. There's some people that are very pumped up talking a lot about this, so let's do it, guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So Sifu Inu team are giving away $300 split by 6 people. So that's $50 each. So please just raise your hand. Best questions will get awarded. And please, no generic questions. Sainty, we'll start with you, buddy.
Hey, first of all, I love your energy. Everybody in the chat group is talking about it. You are just going, going for it. It's just amazing, It's intoxicating.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's funny. I used to be a cheerleader in high school, 100 years ago. But They put me in the parent section because they put the less enthusiastic cheerleaders because the kids were always all excited, all the high school the other kids, but they put me in front of the parents. They'd go, Dee Dee, you go in front of the parents, and you get the parents to stand up, and and they just. Parents would kind of just sit there like, but before I knew it, the parents would all be standing up. They'd be cheering, rooting the team on. It's so funny. But yeah, that's just how I am. I'm very enthusiastic and passionate, and just I'm excited. This is my project. This is like what I've created. This is like I feel like a kid at Christmas. Like this is so exciting. But thank you. I appreciate it. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I had a question. So, Avalanche is a relatively new chain and like relatively like a less popular chain than BSC and Ethereum. So what I've seen like in these chains is that the backers, the big time backers, they support projects that come the few projects that come from these kind of like they are not few, but they back them if the project is good. So I was wondering if you had some groups in mind, some like the core Avalanche groups, the social media who push the the social media drive of Avalanche. If you would pitch your project to them, because like the fewer the projects, the less they have to look for, like the people who are dedicated to Avalanche, and there are many actually, because Avalanche just uh, like skyrocketed this year. So I was wondering if you guys have some sort of plan for that.
Yeah, so great question. We are in talks with some of the large Avalanche platform groups, and we're always open to making connections for new ones. Yes, but our yes, we want to. I mean, I would love to. I'm a firm believer in that relationships, bring success and engagement, and getting the big players involved from Avalanche is huge. And I welcome it. If any of you know any big players from Avalanche in the audience, DM me for sure. Yes, it's a plan. I have reached out to a couple. It's we're just getting started, so more to come. I think like I said earlier, once people learn about us and once they hear about our project and just realize how freaking awesome it is, that they're going to want to participate. They're going to be begging us pretty soon. I mean, that's really how I feel about it. And maybe you're wrong, but I think that it's going to take off, and I think that very shortly that these relationships will form organically based on the success of the project. Good question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just one suggestion, quick suggestion, because we don't have much time. You can find like those people like at the Discord group first, and second is with Twitter hashtags. Like the people who really back it would like be behind it in every Twitter post and all that. Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? If you want to, feel free to DM me on my Discord, because the Telegram's a little bit out of control. But DM me any information that you have on Discord and any suggestions. I really would appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Good job, Santi. Thanks, buddy. Alrighty, let's get next up. De-equalizer.
Thank you for the opportunity.
De-equalizer, we can't hear you, buddy.
Okay.
Your microphone's your microphone's buzzing, buddy. Nah.
Wow. What of now? Can you hear me now?
It's better, but your microphone's buzzing.
Yeah. I think it's okay now, right?
No, I'm gonna have to mute you, buddy. I'm sorry. We're gonna run out of time otherwise. Moonstar, you can go up next. Moonstar.
Hi, Shano.
Hey, how you doing?
I am Defi Damsel. I really like your project. For one thing, I'm in love with your enthusiasm about the project. It shows that you are really into the project and the project is into you. So my question is, do you think it will do a lot of work to do a live video on earn and burn every day for the team? And would you just automate it instead for less effort with blockchain projects?
Yeah. So if I think, first of all, yay, another woman, girl power, let's go. Love seeing women in here. It's so funny. Excuse me. It's so funny. There's like, I get dear sir or hey bro or hey man, and I always correct them. I'm like, I'm a woman and I made this by myself. No, just kidding. I have a great team behind me too, but it was kind of my idea, and I am the founder. So, yeah. But anyway, great to see a woman here. And you know what? I got asked that question in the last AMA too. And to be honest with you, when I created it in my head, I was like, am I going to be able to do this every day, like an earn or burn drawing live on YouTube every day? So I have thought of it, and I built in part of the 2% for the team is going to include expanding our team and having maybe a I don't know if you guys have seen the Wheel of Fortune with the Pat Sajak and the Vanna White spinning it around, pulling it, doing it a little bit more glamorous than sort of just me being on my YouTube channel, just pulling it off the blockchain, or maybe they'll still pull it off the blockchain. It'll be on some big thing, I don't know, but yes, we plan on hiring people just like the news. They have anchors 24/7 going on. There'll be different people that will take it over from me out, that I'll sort of pass the baton on to. But initially, it's going to be me for a little while until we choose Vanna White and a Pat Sajak. Hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Very, very, very well, very well, very well. Sorry, I was talking like that. I'm on the road, so I'm a bit stressed. So sorry. But I really love your project. I love your projects. And I love your smile too.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks, Minister. Okay. Next up, we'll go Ashley, and then we'll get Lawrence after that. Go, Ash. All yours.
Hi, Shono.
Hey, buddy.
All right. Great project. Honestly, I love your presentation. It was really, really awesome. I'm going through your site. I saw some things. Hope you can hear me better.
Yes.
All right. Good. So I saw that it was from what you said, I was able to understand that you are actually the accountant of this project, right?
Oh, I am an accountant, but will I be doing the accounting? I probably was going to hire somebody. I don't know. But yes, I mean, I'll be overseeing it all. Yeah. Well, are you an accountant too?
No. I'm not an accountant. I'm a software program actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Thank you. What actually caught my interest? I saw that you guys have some kind of relationship with Toyota Motor on your on the site. I was wondering if you guys just actually did some maybe some jobs under them, or you actually they actually have influence in the development of this project.
Do I have influence in the development of this project?
No. That is concerning the Toyota Motor.
Is there a Toyota logo on the website or something?
Yes. On their site.
I worked for Toyota. So I'm just showing that. No, we don't have any connection with them. It was just it's in my deck that's on the website. So I worked for Toyota, and then our software developer, he worked for Oracle. So we just showed the logos that based on our real world experience, the team has this background. It's kind of like our resume. So we just put the logos on for our resume.
Okay. Because I was thinking that if Toyota Motors should be part of this project, that means it's gonna be a very, very big one, and it's gonna even go a greater length.
Right. Yeah, that'll be. I won't be to the moon. That will be to Alpha Centauri or something.
That would be it's going to be probably to Pluto or something.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, for sure.
Totally. Yeah.
That's
Right.
funny.
Okay. All
Thanks.
right. Thanks,
Thanks,
Shono.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
You're funny.
Thanks for clarifying, buddy. All right. Next up, Lawrence. Go for it, mate.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My question, particularly, is about the profit sharing airdrop, the weekly profit sharing airdrop. So, according on your website, it is stated that there will be weekly profit sharing. So, I just want to understand if there's going to be airdrops now. What will qualify, a holder to get these airdrops weekly? And based on your own, based on what's written on the website as well, it is the project is built to help prevent selling pressure. Won't this airdrop help cause a lot of selling pressures at all?
Okay. I'm not sure. I'll talk about the selling pressure, and I spoke about it briefly. But what will qualify you for the weekly airdrop is that you have to, and it can change. I mean, I might change it. I really want to promote hodling. I really want you guys to come in and be in the project and earn it. And I understand everybody has to take profits and that kind of thing, but I am going to have promotions, and they will all be announced ahead of time. And so you'll have fair warning that you need to have been in it in order to qualify, to have never sold or whatever the promotion is going to be. But there will be different promotions running that will change the qualifications. But for right now and for the first airdrop, I will make the announcement that in order to qualify for the first profit sharing airdrop, will be that you just need to hold a bag, and based on how big your bag is, the percentage of the total supply amount, that will be the amount that was airdropped, and it will be 14% or 70% of all taxes will be airdropped to all of the Sifu Inu holders when the snapshot is taken. The snapshot will be taken at a random time. So what happened with these rebase projects is people would know that every 8 hours there would be a rebase, and everybody was going to get airdropped all this extra, tokens. And so people with millions of dollars would buy in 5 minutes before the airdrop, get their free tokens, and in just $1 million, you'd get $20,000 just for buying in, and then they'd sell it right after. And and that only lasts so long before the inflation destroys the project, and that's what happened with all of these things. And so we put in this randomizer qualifications to prevent that from happening. So, but if you're not in it, you're not going to get it. And I am going to vary it up. I'm going to make it at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday and 11:59 on a Saturday night. You're never going to know when it is. So you got to be in it to win it. So, and what was the second part of your question? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand it.
The second part of the question is in regards to the particular token you're distributing as airdrop. Considering the fact that if you're going to be distributing your own token as the airdrop, won't it cause selling pressure on the price of the project?
Okay, so the weekly airdrop is AVAX, so that's not my own token. And then the token that I'm going to be airdropping for the earns, what's going to cause the selling pressure of the earns is, if we open up a large enough bag, I'm going to manage this project like every single day. That is my commitment to you, and that somebody is going to be managing it. So if we open up a huge wallet that has like, 1 billion tokens in some wallet, right? And I'm not just going to airdrop it to everybody all at once and flood it out into infinity, because that would be stupid. And why would I waste all my hard work? Why would I just put my project out into nothing? I mean, that would be like the most ridiculous thing ever. So why would I do that? So I'll go against everything that I believe in. So if we open up 1 billion a billion token wallet and we're airdropping it to everybody, we are going to probably spread it out over a couple of days. So, everybody will get, maybe for 10 days, they'll get like 10 million or whatever the numbers work out to be. But so that will create the inflationary rate. But the selling pressure, it could be, so if people get airdropped like a bunch, they might want to take profits. Or if it's a burn, and the price goes like skyrocket, if we burn a whole bunch out of supply and the price just goes to the moon, people are going to want to take profits. So they're going to, that's a little bit of a selling pressure too. But then they're going to want to buy back in. If you sell, they have that baked in thing to get their airdrops and to qualify for more earns and burns, you're going to have to buy back in. So sure, people are going to want to take profits, but they're going to want to buy back in as well. So hopefully that answered your question.
Thank you very much for the answer. You really have a great project. Thank you, Shana.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate
it.
Battle leader, you can go up next.
Hey, Shana, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Hi. Yeah, man. Hi. Ashley.
You can call me Dee Dee. Dee for
Dee.
short.
Okay. Straight up. I noticed on the website that you have anti-will measures, which is really interesting. I like that because we have a lot of that problem in the BSC space of people dumping. So, but I really want to know what are the criteria that the whales have to meet to not be manually blacklisted on your platform. Thank you.
Yes, great question. And actually, well, I personally, if somebody wants to be a big investor, just reach out to me. I'm totally approachable. This is my project. I will get back to you. If you have, $500 million that you want to put into Sifu Inu, let's talk. I have no problem with that. But I am not going to give you 50, I'm not going to give you 20 billion tokens so you can just dump my project into nothing. That's just not going to happen. I am not going to do that. I have put in and baked in these anti-whale measures where I am able to blacklist. So if somebody comes in and they buy without talking to me or communicating to me first, and they buy more than 1% of the circulating supply, I am going to be, it's going to red flag me and it's going to notify me, and it's basically going to tell me that, hey, look, this person has, is being a bad actor and they could dump. And so I'm going to go in there and manually freeze that account. And when I freeze it, it freezes their liquidity and I don't have to give it back. So if they, at the very minimum, what they're going to get is they are going to get permanently banned from that address, from all future airdrops, and from any rewards participations at all. That automatically happens. If you buy more without talking to me first, and we work something out like a distribution, like I'm okay if you want to buy more, but it will be at a certain price or something, like, I don't know. I'm open to it, but what will happen is it will have to be released over a period of time. I'm not going to allow you to just dump on my project. If it starts going crazy, I have the ability to pause. I'm just going to turn it off. So, so people you can't do that, but I could take all of his money, and that's what will happen if you just continue to do that and you are a bad actor and do not speak to me and I will blacklist you and I will freeze your liquidity, and it will become the communities if you continue to do it.
Thanks for that. Though your answer raises more questions, but about litigations because it's their investment.
I don't
want to. We don't really have the time, so maybe we could do that in your own chat or something.
Yeah, you can do that. So that's why, at the very least, with the litigation thing, and I do hear you. I'm not going to take their money, but I do have the ability to prevent them from airdropping. So that's the first measure, the first line of defense. But I hear you, and I know about the litigations. I studied law. Thank you. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
I'm aware.
Thanks, yeah, good question. All right, Kelsey, you can get up for the last question before we wrap up this
Thanks.
AMA.
Thanks, mate. Okay, I'll make this quick. I want to ask about your passive income because it says that the more token people hold, the more passive income. So my question is, does that mean that we don't need to stake our tokens, and also will the passive income will go directly to the wallet? Thanks.
Yes, great question. And yes, automatically, all you have to do is buy and hold it. And airdrops will happen automatically. They'll go right into your wallet. You're going to get airdrop. I'm sorry, not airdrop. You're going to get AVAX airdropped to you. You're going to get Sifu airdropped to you, and your bags are just going to grow. You don't have to do anything. It's automatic. Although with your AVAX airdrops, you can always buy a bigger bag of seafood to participate and get more share of the AVAX that could grow over time, which I recommend. It's kind of like reinvesting. You know, I don't know if you've been in any of the projects, the immutable projects, mutable code projects that have a little bit amounts that take it, that I don't want to say the word about every day, but that come out every day, and then you can reinvest it right back into it. If you do that with the AVAX that gets airdropped to you, that will continue to work as a multiplier to have your seafood bag and your profits and passive income grow over time. And you might want to do like take a little bit of profits, you know, take a little bit of airdrops, you know, or continue to reinvest the airdropped AVAX back into it. You know, there's a strategy to it. The best strategy I would say would be for 200 days to continue to grow your Sifu Inu bag, and then maybe to start taking some profits after that. That's a really good strategy that's known within these kinds of projects.
Okay, I got that. Thanks, Shano. Thanks, DeFi themselves.
Thanks,
you
buddy.
so much.
Didi, we got one more person who's a fellow cheerleader that wanted to speak to you, so I thought I would.
Yes.
Hello, Didi.
Hello. Woohoo! Let's go. Hi. Were you a cheerleader?
Yes. I'm a cheerleader.
I love it. Let's go.
You are a whole vibe, honestly. You are a whole vibe. I can't stop laughing.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Your project, honestly, as in you are so persuasive in your marketing strategy. Only you is a marketer.
I have a wonderful marketer though to put this behind for me. I have to give him Karan a huge shout out because he's just been amazing. Oh my gosh, I couldn't have done this without him. But thank you so much. You're so sweet. It's great to see another woman on here. It's like it's wonderful. I love that there are so many women coming in, and I love your laugh. It's so cute.
Women on Pinksale. We're telling you, nice projects, good one. I was going to ask you a question though, but I don't know how long it's going to take to answer the question. But nice projects, honestly. Your project is so nice. And
you can DM me if any of you guys, if I didn't answer your question, please DM me on the Discord or on a Telegram. I'm going to go through the Telegram ones too. I get a lot of spam, but I will go through there. And then, you know what? I'll give you a code. So if you say, let's go. If you say let's go in the DM and you guys want to DM me and you say let's go first and then ask your question, I will answer it.
Okay, it's fine. Oh, I'm gonna be missing you.
You know what? I'll be back. I think I think the AMAs with this, but you know what? I'm going to be doing a lot of AMAs from our Discord channel, so you guys will be able to join that as well. So just be involved in the community. And that's another thing. I'm doing an airdrop promotion to you guys, $10 worth of Sifu Inu at the price of 3 zeros and a 5 if you guys join all 5 of the socials. So, and they're all on the Telegram link. So, yeah, so join and get $10 free to start your bag with. You could literally grow a whole bag from zero.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Yano.
Cheers.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everyone. Thanks.
Bye. Go cheerleading. Just do my cheerleading moves.
All right, Didi. Since we started, we've pretty much raised you about 140 AVAX, so you're almost, or you're well over halfway. So
that's
congratulations.
wonderful. Thank you, everybody. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. It's great. We're almost halfway there. Please, you guys, tell your friends and family and bring them over and DM me if you have any questions or need support. It's wonderful. I thank you guys so much. It's so great. It just makes my heart smile. I'm so appreciative and so happy. So excited for the project.
Yeah, for sure. You're
Thank
at
you.
240. You're at 240 AVAX out of 420. So well over
Oh
halfway.
my
You're
gosh.
heading up there. So congratulations. And if you'd like to say some final words for the people here, we'll let you get on with your day.
Sure. Yeah. I just want to say again, thank you so much for joining me today on this journey. And I want to make my commitment to you guys, to the community that we're building, and for these early adopters, that I am going to do everything in my power and my smarts, which is a lot, just kidding, to make this project successful. And I give you my word, and not only just successful, to make it fun too, and profitable. It's fun to make money, right? So, and just to let you guys know that please, join us for this journey on all the socials and everything like that. And just thank you again. I mean, it's such great to hear that it's like 240 AVAX. Spread the word a little bit so we can get there, so we make sure that we reach the soft cap, and yeah, and thank you again, and great questions. This was really fun. I wish I could come back, but I don't think you guys just do them for pre-launch, right? The AMAs. So
Yeah, that's correct,
but follow us on all the socials, and I'm going to be going live daily, so you'll be able to see me daily. But come in and participate. I really love having the community vibe and the good vibes. The good vibes token. Got the good vibes going, right? Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much.
I'd love to speak to you again. Thank you everybody for joining, and thank you to the Sifu Inu team for hosting this AMA. I truly wish you all the best, and we'll chat again soon, guys. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
See you, Didi.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you soon. Let's go to the